you know there are many families today that cannot call for a retreat? As individuals, as a couple, as a family, they don't have that luxury of time because Satan has burdened many families with the yoke of looking for money. There are parents, with all due respect, that never see themselves for days because by the time the other person is sleeping, the other person is already outgoing. They return back in the night. How about young children? I said it, I think, a few weeks that I was teaching here. A young girl of 18 years old returns back home with 1 million, and the parents suspect that this lady must have done something that is not correct, but they cannot rebuke her because they need it. So the lady says, thank God my parents are even backing me. When Koinonia started around this area, this region, I'm still learning the names of some of these regions, but by the time you drive, I remember after the first Koinonia service, I was driving home and I said, what is this? Late in the night, in the heat of revival that was about to start, something was going on around this region. Are we together? And don't you think some of those people are demonic people? You have no idea. Some of the parents of those children have been determined to be irresponsible, and those children will tell you, I'm doing this to sponsor my brother, I'm doing this to sponsor my sister. Church of the Lord Jesus Christ, God must help us to get to a point where we understand how to translate the riches of Christ in glory and to make it manifest in our lives. Otherwise, a generation will come that will not call the name of the Lord again because of lack. And this is something Satan has used to cheat the church. On one hand, we have people who are advocates of materialism and lust for money. The entire discussion is money, 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 money. Whether people are born again or not, whether they are saved or not, whether they love Jesus or not, whether they are passionate, money is what rules everything. That is another side of the danger. But then there are people who, in error and ignorance and even in pride, have interrupted God's program in terms of making supplies available. It is a big mistake if the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ decides to frown at economic empowerment, especially through the dignity of kingdom integrity. There is a relationship between influence and financial supplies. You will be a better Christian if you can give your children a healthy meal. You will be a better Christian if you can send them to good schools whose values you are aware of. But if you do not have the resources, you will have to make do with what is there until your child asks you a question as a parent that you will not be able to sleep. Where did you learn this from? And they'll say, that's what my teacher taught me. But you have no, you want the child to change. 2 years in that kind of institution, and your child has become something else and becomes the reason for your pain until you drop dead. How about the financing of the gospel? There are many people today, pastors, missionaries, families, who love the Lord with all their heart, but they have been limited financially. Right now, because of what is happening economically, globally, housing rates have increased, money for gas, and there are people who just smile in church and dance. But the truth is that there are people who, some of you are listening to me right now, the one problem is this issue of finance, and it has led people to depression. No wonder our young people today are getting into money ritual. The solution is not just to say stop. Young people have energy. They need to make progress in their lives. Like I said the last time, I will never endorse this evil, but just saying stop is not the solution. They must be shown the kingdom's way. By the time a young man is seeing his sick mother, the sick father, and somebody tells him just go and slaughter one young girl or slaughter one young boy, carry their organs to some herbalist, and suddenly become a millionaire overnight. They will do it and carry the tithe and bring it to church. And because we men of God are also incapacitated financially, even if God reveals to you that this is blood money, you will say, I will give thanks and still collect.